I just watched Toronto Film Festival's top movie of this year, American Fiction. Did it deserve that honor? Let's find. Tracee here with the Blue Futon reviewing American Fiction. What's this about? Pretty simple premise. There's an American black author who does very prestigious books. But then he walks in and he's like, wait a minute, that book is a bestseller and it's basically stereotypes of black people. He's like, nah, I'm making a joke and I'm writing the most fictitious, most ridiculous, pandering book ever. And you know what? It's a freaking hit. Hollywood wants to make the movie. It's about to be a $4 million deal. Bunch of prints, 3,000 copies or 300,000 copies. And he realizes, wait a minute, is this too much? While also looking at his past life, what his future holds, and the characters and family around him. So, did I like this film? I think it's a really, really good film. Is it one of the best films of the year? I'm going to say no, but it might be something that grows on me because when watching it, I was like, there's a lot of stuff going on. I enjoy what's going on. I enjoy the messaging. However, I did feel the runtime on some levels. I'm like, okay, I understand that you want to make it methodical and have the scenes just sink in, but some of them I'm like, can we speed it up just a little bit for me to enjoy the next scene to the scene to the next scene to the next scene. But we'll talk about the positives. I think Jeffrey Wright does deserve an Oscar nomination for this film. He does a fantastic job. He is a standout for sure of playing like disbelief, playing pissed off, playing happy, playing sad, playing caring, and he does it such a fantastic freaking way. Housing the supporting cast, including the mother, Sterling K. Brown, the security cop, the next door neighbor who's the lawyer, the sister, everyone else does a freaking great job of doing the supporting character of what's going on in their lives. All right, so let's start with the meat and potatoes of this show. And this show is, I would call it, the real life version of the Panderverse, where this movie dives deep into pandering, into how white liberal America really feels like they need to push the black voice up. They need help. The white people are here to help the black voice, and it feels very just funny because there is a lot of white dialogue in this film, and I think it really focuses on the liberals in this movie. Can I be completely wrong? Sure. But just looking at where this story is filmed, LA, New York, Massachusetts. Who usually lives there? All right, you don't really have to think that hard of what state that color is as well as the towns are in. So that's why they kind of don't say this is a story based in Dallas, Texas, or, somewhere like that. And there's something in the beginning with a white, green-haired chick that is almost perfect, where it's making fun of, like, how white people are mad at something, and the black people are like, okay, I got over it. Why can't you? And they're like, I'm offended for you. And so there's a lot of good, witty dialogue like that, where it's basically saying, why do white people have to feel like they have to, like, be the barrier for black people? It's like, why can't black people stand up for themselves? They can. Why can't black people succeed? They can. And I think it's that metaphor of just putting people in the box and get rid of it. They even talk about Hollywood, how Hollywood always wants to make the gangbanging movies. The White Snow FX show, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, 12 Years a Slave, Emancipation, and how all of these quote-unquote black films have slavery to do with it, cops killing black people, or just the tropes. And the tropes are continuous, and continuous, and continuous, and continuous. And of course, yes, you have some of the, rising stars. You can say like The Help or Hidden Figures, which I know people who don't like The Help. I think The Help's a fantastic film overall. I really do. So it's one of the things where it's like, wait a minute, why can't we have a story where there's a black successful family, where there's a white successful family, why there's a Hispanic successful family, Indian, Native American, etc., etc., instead of like, we got to tell the black people that live in Compton and what they went through, Southside Chicago, and things like that, where it's like, no, maybe you don't have to do that because not all black people live in the ghetto. Not all black people are gangbangers. Same thing with white people. All white people have a golden spoon. Not all white people are addicted to meth. And you have things like that where it's like, you know what? People are different everywhere you go. And I think that's what really bothers me about another movie, which that'll be something else in the future. But this movie truly looks at that and be like, look, American fiction. What is an American fiction? Because you know what? It's different for every single person. Not all white people are going to be liberals. Not all black people are going to be liberals, etc., etc. Not all white people are going to be conservatives in the South. Not all black people are going to be conservatives as well. It's the same way. It's like, you know what? Everyone has a different experience, and we need to stop pandering, and we need to stop forcefully giving people a pedestal that they really don't need a pedestal. There's a good dialogue with two characters eating a lunch, if you want to put it that way, and it talks about, potential in America, like who is at potential. But I do have a little bit of issue with the pacing as well as some of the characters. I understand it's an exaggeration on some characters, but there is something with the judges, and I feel like one character would not do that for voting on a book. I'll just put it that way, with how they were just portraying them as a judge beforehand, and they switched teams on the other side. And I do think there is some dialogue in here that, it is funny, but it didn't hit the right marks. Also, I will take blame for the marketing. When you watch the trailer, it seems like a full-fledged comedy. This is not the case. This is a dramedy. This is a lot of drama, a few comedic sprinkles here and there, but don't expect some laugh-out-loud stuff going on. So overall, American Fiction, it's a great satire of what is going on in today's day and age, and what are we actually doing for our fellow neighbors? Do we have to help them? Which there is a difference between, oh, let me help you get your groceries, or no, you're the oppressor, you're the oppressee. And I think this movie's trying to get out of that mindset of like, not all black people are slaves. Not all black people are gangbangers. Like I said, not all white people have silver spoons. And, a lot of white people in this movie, I'm so glad I am not like those white people. So American Fiction will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 80%. So let's see the critics' scores gave this one. So you have critics a 96% with only 49 of them. No audience score yet. Critic consensus. Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction will forever be inextricable thanks to the actor's committed approach to the pointed, humorous, and insightful material. I am curious, however, on the actual score. If you want to put that way, of some of these critics, are they all perfect? Are they all in the 80s? 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, 2.5 out of 4. So none of these are real perfect scores, but people acknowledge that it is a great film. 80, 96. Chase Sock here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of the things, Bhutontopia. You Blue Futons have a great day. I don't care about this today, tomorrow, week from now, month from now, year from now, every single freaking one of you. And yes, American Fiction is different for everyone.